Okay, welcome back to Stationeers. Going back to Mars. Don't mind the Europa. Just playing around with it a little bit there. So, one thing I've noticed in the last few times is I've either been anchored to the production machines or I let it run rampant. So, I want to add a little a dial and a button so that I can ask it to produce a very specific amount of material. And what are we doing on battery? Not too bad. 26. Give me a second here. My background music is way too loud. There we go. Okay. I think I knocked that stuff over. Okay, so the idea will be, I think, an icy housing in front of everyone, and yeah, we'll start with that. So first off, let's go ahead and bring in. Okay, so we want housing. We're gonna want 1, 2, 3. I'll do 4 just because. And the idea, how much? Oh, let's take kind of a bit to build. So I guess while we're waiting for those to do their thing, let's run downstairs and make sure Larry is fully operational. You're stuck. Okay, you're fixed. Everybody else looks good. I was working on pushing this open a little bit. So one thing I do want to do eventually is redesign this a little bit so I can have specific aisles worth of different plants and all that. Okay, how many housings are we up to? 2. So after this it'll be 3. And naturally after that comes 4, just in case anybody lost track. Okay. And then from there, I also need a dial, which I believe comes from a switch. Yep. Okay. And the other thing that I wanted to do is prefab hash. Hash of the structure. Okay. Okay, we're just gonna flop them sideways here in front. Right in front. Well, that kind of sucks. There's something in the way. So, it'll be quote-unquote right in front there. And we will start with this. I don't think those stack, so there's one. Oop. It didn't like that. Fine. Gee whiz. Picky. No, 25% battery remaining. Whatever will we do? I should probably put some more solar panels in at some point. Why did I do that? Okay, so sometimes the power network stuff kind of frustrates me. Alright, so we will import which clears it. I don't like... Ooh, yeah, okay. Brown board. So first off, let's alias. Yeah, alias. Dial input D0. You know what? No, let's production machines D0. Input D1. Push button D2. That's one thing I do need to think about. Okay, so inet set DNS R15 production machine. Branch greater than 0, R15, go back to inet. I'm gonna be a little greedy here. Save some lines. I think this will save me lines. So right now I would be doing 3. Or you know what? It does not save me any lines, so we'll just do it this way. What I was thinking about doing was ORing all the registers together, but obviously I'd have to at least OR twice and then do a branch greater than. So this actually saves me a little bit of room. So set if device is not set, R15. So if D0, D1, D2 they are not picked, this will just keep looping back. And then no, so we will yield at the top, because that's what I like to do. We will load R15 since it's temp. Push button, activate. So branch equals 0, R15, back to main. So if I haven't pushed the button, just go back to main. I'm not going to do anything else. So assuming we get to this point now that it has been activated, we want to load. This is where we might throw an alias in. So alias order amount. This will be R0 alias order recipe R1, and then order instruction will be R2. So my thought here is that we push the push button. We're going to load from production machine. Oh wait, load into order recipe from the production machine. And this will be the recipe. I'm assuming, and this might be a big assumption, that the different production machines have the same logic for what's on the screen. So if I have IC10 selected, okay, recipe hash, that's what I want. Recipe hash. And the other thing that I need to take a look at, I think these printer instructions are all the same. So hash. Then we will load up order amount from the dial input, and this will be the setting. We're also going to set dial input setting back to 0 just in case. Push button, boom, 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 boom. Okay. So now I've got an amount. So I do need to make wonder if there is a like max. Is there like a max max or a min? Max. Register equal max of A or B. Oh. Well, that's not what I want. Maybe min. Okay, so let's do this. So minimum order amount is going to be 255 or order amount. So if I happen to put in 500, I can only make 255, which is a limit of the instruction if I remember correctly, because it's only an 8-bit. Yeah, it's only an 8-bit quantity. So that means you can produce 0 to 255 unless it's offset by 1, which it doesn't necessarily say that it is or is not. So maybe it's 1 to 256. It's either 0 to 255 or 1 to 256. And the prefab hash, we have that in order recipe. So opcode, the assumption is it's 2. Okay, 0 to 53. So then after this, I don't know how 0 behaves. That's the only issue with going blindly. What I could do is, if it's 0, just have it toggle the machine on like it normally would. I think I'll do that. So branch equals 0, order amount to start machine. So start machine, jump back up to main, and this will set production machine activate 1. And an extra yield in there for good measure. Wondering if I should have it act as a toggle, actually. So I'm going to call it toggle machine. So we load our 15 from production machine using the activate logic. And then not our 15, assuming that not works exactly how I would assume, which we know how to spell assume. Flipping each bit of the infinite. Ooh. That could be dangerous, though. Wait a minute, no. I don't even need to do that. Because that could be dangerous, because the first 7 bits, or I don't even know how big the registers are. Are they 32-bit? But if they were all zeros except for the last one being 1, then it would be all 1s except for the last one being 0. So that could be a problem. But even better than that, I just thought, set equal 0. So if R15 is 0, then it will now be 1. And if it is 1, well, now it'll be 0. So I just flipped it around. So that simplified that. I'm glad I overthought that. So now we have the toggle machine if the amount is set to 0. And we can't exceed 255. We have the recipe hash, we have the order amount. Now it's just a matter of building up the command. Now I'm going to really quick look up if it's basically big Indian or little Indian. I've done this before, I just can't remember what order I need to do things. But I did somewhere around here, Stationeers scripts. I did save my more advanced copy that'll tell me here. So, okay. Move hash. Okay, so, oops, I guess we're clicking into the game for this to work. So I'm going to take the order recipe and move it to the order instruction.
Hunger caution.
And this is where we shift left arithmetically. Actually, I don't even need to do that. So, oh, wait a minute. Yeah, order recipe. I got really sloppy. Why do I keep saying receipt? So I don't need to move it. I shift left arithmetically A by B bits. So I'm going to take the order recipe, shift it left, shove it into the instruction. And then from here, we're going to order instruction with the order amount. And then we move. Hang on a second here. Hang on a second here. Okay, that's left and right. Sorry about this, folks. Order up, okay. So shift left item amount. And then, okay, all right. And we shift left again. Another 8 bits. Okay, so do that. Right. And then we OR the order instruction with our pointer, which, to improve readability, I'll throw this in. I don't think I'm going to have to worry about the 4 kilobytes. Now, put into production machine address 0 order instruction. I feel like I should also check that the machine is actually on here. Just some stupid sanity check here. So R15. We're going to load from the production machine on. Then branch equals 0, R15. We're going to start machine. And this is just some sanity check. And we'll make it branch AL so we can jump back. So start machine, jump RA. That's where the stack pointer, that's what would be called in instruction, would be stored, or jump address. So we will set production machine on. I can't spell worth a darn. And then we will sleep 3, and then we'll jump back. I don't even know if maybe at this point we should abort and return to main, but we're just going to go with whatever recipe that is currently selected after it powers up. That's what we're going to go with. So I'm going to try this out over here in particular. Get the switch. Give me the switch. Oh. And I want to... Oh yeah, that's right. We need 2 of these, actually. So let me get another switch. Okay, let me close some of these windows out. Okay. Alright. And now the button. It's ridiculous. This is kind of starting to look. But prototypes always look ridiculous. Okay. So we go logic switch. That's what I want. I'm going to rename you to button electronics. And this is going to be dial electronics. And then IC housing electronics. Wow. Okay. Let's do that. Got this. Power you up. And I'll just power you off so I don't. Okay. Production machine is chopped off, so we want the electronics printer. Which does not tell me if it's actually the... whatever. Dial input is going to be the dial for electronics, and then the button for electronics. Okay. So let's try it out. I need 2 per. 1, 2, 3. So that's 4. Yeah, I count good. 6. This is... okay. Okay. Ah, there we go. That's what I want. Okay, so 6. You want that? 6 logic switches. Boom. Okay. That is because that's the stacker. So power it up. Boom. Nah, line 22. Line 22 has a problem. What's line 22 got a problem with? I probably misnamed something. 22. Load.
Hydration critical.
Okay, yeah, I guess I should go drink and eat. Okay, can we get past all this fancy stuff here? Okay. So recipe hash. I'm assuming load into order recipe from production machine recipe hash. Okay. I'm not necessarily seeing the issue here. 6. Line 22. Okay, well, let's real quick. Okay, set production machine on 0. Okay, so this is just let me know I got the right thing. What's the thought anyway? Nope, that was the that was definitely the okay. Okay, so that turns that off. Okay. Thank you for turning it back on. All right. Okay, so this should just work then. Boom. All right. This should be back to 0. Okay. And then we're just waiting on a button. So we should get 6 out of that. So having full faith that it actually works properly. Yeah. We're going to eat and drink. Let's run upstairs real quick, see if I've got the soybeans ready. Soybeans are all ready, so let's go ahead and kind of a crappy yield, but whatever. There's that. Throw a potato in there. French fry material. I really need to upgrade to a real oven. Oh my goodness, this is getting ridiculous. Getting absolutely ridiculous. Now, just out of morbid curiosity, if I throw straight up fertilizer into the furnace, what will it do? Will it just eat it? Okay, so if I really want to, I can just do this and it goes poof, disappears into the void. Okay, should I have 6? Oh, that is awesome. So we've got that. So now I can go to an IC10 and we're going to need 3 more. So if I whoa, 3, push button. Oh my goodness. Give me. So, button. Oh, of course, there's one in every family. So this will be dial pipe bender, and I'm just going to copy and paste. Because I don't really care. And tool printer. Again, don't care if it's whatever. It's purely visual on my when I'm turning the dial. That's it. So this gives me basic control over how much I'm producing. Okay. Actually, I need to pull this out, and maximum 255. I'm going to try... Yeah, there we go. Find my brain. Sometimes that's hard. Nope. Buttons. There we go. Oh, it's beautiful. I'm not going to hit G because I know what that's going to do is shove it in my suit. Yeah, that's not really what I need. Okay. Export. I guess I can just live with turning on and off the machine. It doesn't really matter. Okay. So since I know I've got it going in that order, then we just do it backwards, right? So this is the push button for the pipe bender. So button, pipe bender, dial, pipe bender, and then this ought to be kind of funny because, yeah, there we go. Tool printer. Button, tool printer, dial, tool printer, tool printer, and then tool printer. Will I just fire it up? Yeah, well, okay. At least lets me know that I've got it initialized properly. Push button, button, auto lathe. Dial auto lathe. Dial auto lathe. And now for the auto lathe A. Where's the B? Yeah, okay, that works. Okay. That was a very helpful addition here. So now the next thing, I want frames, right? And I want to be working on stuff and not running away while I'm dealing with frames. So what we will do is we'll go to frames, steel frames, and let's say we'll give it a run. 90. Boom. Why did you turn off? I wonder if I just happened to... Oh. So that's cool. That is cool. All right, so that was the auto cleanup script hit the same time I hit the button. So just in case anybody's wondering, that this chip right here, what it does is it cycles through the production machines and sees if they are idle, and it accounts for X amount of ticks, seconds. It's kind of arbitrary, but anyway, after a certain timeout period, if they're idle, it shuts it off and then dumps the stackers. So that helps me save a couple watts of power here and there, which is not necessarily a bad thing. And if I remember right, no, it's on a different circuit than the light switch. So the light switch is looking at the occupancy sensor. If anybody's in the room, lights it up. If anybody exits, it, here, I can show you, turns off the lights. Like if I go here, after 5 seconds, the lights should go dim except for a couple. Yep. So I have renamed a couple that are always on, so they will never shut off. Yeah, you can see that one shut off. So, cool. So next up, let's need to start building back. If I make this long enough in this direction, then it should be good for extending Larry out kind of indefinitely. I gotta be careful. Last time I did punch a hole in kind of a cavern where I was digging into. So I've got to keep that in mind. There it is, right there. That's what I want to have some stuff on hand. Give me a welding. There we go. Okay. Yep, there we go. So I am out of frames. I don't want to be in that position. And we got a stack right there. So this is good. So now I have a good way to grab those should I accidentally, again, punch a hole, which I think could potentially do, well, probably both. Let's see. Keep an eye on the airflow. Or I could just be paranoid and plug those holes. And that might be exactly what I do, regardless. Just to be paranoid. I don't have a problem being paranoid. It does mean that last time I dumped a little bit of my atmosphere out, which try to be as careful as we can. Can't always predict when we'll punch through into a terrain we don't necessarily know we dug into. So. do is make sure... I don't know what the definition of a world room is. Or a world is. So if I make the room too large, I can potentially create a world instead of a room. Not sure that we'll actually hit that. Whoa. That's a pretty big breeze here. It's kind of acting like maybe I punched a hole. So, just to be on the safe side. Yeah, see? Ah. Yeah, I kind of think that it might have thought that I punched a hole there, so. Okay. Now, do I want to... kind of thinking it would be good to push this out a layer so I can have... so I'm going to have Larry down here doing his thing. And the wiring and whatever here. So I could have another Larry here, but I'd actually have to go up one. So if I wanted to do that, I would actually have to bring this block up one. Which that might be a little bit more work than I'm overly interested in. I'll think about it. I'll think about it. And over that way will just be the gas handling, which I don't think actually runs along this. Up above might hit something. Alright, I guess let's go outside and see where these yellow blocks are in relation. Yeah, got my 90 frames. So what I can do is go to steel sheets. And we need 180 of those for all of those sheets. So, boom. That works pretty nice. Okay, so yellow, I think I've got 2 yellow blocks. So yellow block 1 I think is actually there. Yeah, okay. I can't easily increase the ceiling of this because I got all these radiators here. Which is doing magnificent, by the way. So I did have another thought over here too. So this will be the cold side. This will be the hot side. I was thinking maybe a counterflow heat exchanger between these two sides would be kind of cool. But whatever. I'm not. Let's see how you doing over here? -4 degrees and going further. Kind of got a heat load there, so it's toggling on and off over there. Good. How are we doing here? Holding just the right temperature. Off. Holding low. And the O2 is holding the right temperature. Off. Toggling it on and off. Beautiful. Over here, toggling this on and off as we should expect. Now yeah, all the water comes out. Cool. And then that valve's going to be on. Yeah, okay. It's looking good here. Got a pretty good, consistent production. Tempted to throw in a second composter. But that'll come in time. So it's looking good. Let's go up here and take a look at the battery status. Now yeah. Go ahead and throw in the chunk of coal. Since I mined some up from down below, reinvest that. Okay, looks good. I'm happy with that, and I probably should at some point worry about this getting too low of a temperature. But I guess we'll cross that bridge when we get there. But for now, the Larry won't be gaining another vertical level. So the length of these Larry rails are right on the edge of this block. So 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks. So depending on how I do it. What the heck did I hit? Just trying to think. So I'm thinking about turning them this way. They just go infinitely, quote unquote, infinitely back. But I might line it up so one Larry has one block, so they'll be a little bit less dense. As you can see, it's just on 2 spacing, so I can get you know, 2 per. So it'd be about at half density. But that will allow me to maybe do a better sorting system, so I can just have it plant a specific plant. And then I can also do a better climate control for that species of plant. If it wants warmer temperatures, I can give it warmer temperatures. If it wants cooler temperatures, I can give it cooler, that sort of thing. So that's my thought process there. So in this case, 1, 2, 3, always change where that ladder is too. Have it come from over here or something. So Larry takes up 2 cubes for stuff, so we'll just assume. Okay. Just for space planning services, we'll assume that this is where the plants will actually begin. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's already potentially longer. So I guess, you know what, just make it easier to walk out. Okay. Okay, looking good. Oh. Yep. Well, the good news is I think I might actually be past that now.
Oxygen low. Digging a big hole in Mars. Kind of feeling like it's almost time to step up the difficulty, because this is just normal difficulty, so I'm not consuming oxygen or metabolizing anything as fast as I could be. So I think it might be worthwhile trying to do an actual Stationeers difficulty here. Let's see. I can certainly take what I have learned from this this playthrough and apply it. And
I have no problem taking the code that I have written. That'll be useful elsewhere. And using it modularly. Do. I do want to. I think what I'll do is I'll rewrite the Larry code. Might be my last real project for this save. I do want to rework it so that I can handle fertilizer in the same. So that I think that would be neat. So. Jeez, hard time getting some of that in there. Okay, you look good. Okay, low pressure, we're still flowing. But I did do a lot of excavation, so let's go grab. I should take my helmet up. $11.7. So we have gained battery. Probably not hammering the auto lathe as much. Probably helps. I would imagine that helps. Steel sheets, huh? There's that. One, two. I think that that'll do the trick. Now, I think so. Station 1 will be the deposit area, or maybe it'll be a pickup. I don't know if that makes more sense or not. Station 2 will be the seed, and I think I'll make Station 3, the fertilizer? Yeah, something like that. So 0 will be home. Yeah. And I can either do it so it's every 3 or... Let's see. Okay. I'm gonna put it right in the middle. Let's see if we do it this way. This actually would work. Yeah, okay. Talking to myself. So what we could do is hypothetically let's start with the wrong way. So we can start our trays no sooner than here. I don't know, just kind of BSing some stuff here. Then we have Larry going down the track and curved left like this so we can see it. And and then we can have the grow lights hanging off to the left. Okay. Okay. I think we can deal with that. But that does mean that I need boatloads more of these, because we can put 5 per, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that's 40 per row. I have a use for all that iron finally. If I remember right. So let me take a look at the hydroponics tray. It's 10 per. Perfect. So this is good for 85 of them. So 1.5. So I could make 150. But let's start off with 120 and bam. Means that this is incorrect. Hydraulic pipe bender. Bam. What? Oh, you silly goose. This is supposed to be the dial. Oh, God. Dial pipe bender. Button pipe bender. Alright, so we'll make it 119. This goes back to 0. Okay, so we're going to have a metric boatload of those. Which is okay. Chutes are going to be a different story. I got power chutes down below. Sorters. All this. This is gonna get fun fast. I think I should just go ahead and turn that off. We'll activate you. And you're good. We're gonna send you back to 0. target 1. Let's see, you have somebody, you got somebody in you. So you go there. And you don't. Okay. Forgot. That's handled too. Oh, it's because they crashed into each other. Okay. Alright. Do that. Do that. We will let these grow out their lives. We will deconstruct and reconstruct. All right. Okay. I have much appreciated everything you current Larrys have done. Okay. Do I have any more? I don't think that I have any more. So, that being said, let's go ahead and drop all the Larry rails in here for now. Just to keep it a little bit more organized. And then, there's the powered chutes, which I could just throw those there. And now for the fun part. Okay, there's that one. Alright, and then this will be... Okay, that's already cleared, so... I'm going to leave it like that for now. Okay, there's another stacker. Now here is where it gets fun. Okay. that's where the more mushroom seeds are. Okay. So I want to we're going to do that. And then okay. Yeah, I might actually not need that. Okay. Let's do that. Sure. No, let's dump the mushroom seeds in. Okay. Get a bit of mushroom seeds. And then shoots. Ah, shoots, man. Very good. So, 10 mushrooms, 10 mushrooms, 10 mushrooms. Okay. Not quite. Alright, that looks pretty good. So I can let's go ahead and just stack those together, because yeah. I got the shrooms. I am the shroom man. Okay. Oh dear Lord. We have enough shroom seeds. So now let's pull out the shoots. Okay, and then these are powered shoots. It's a stacker. Let's do that. Pull this out. Okay, there's that. Good. Deconstruct a stacker. Deconstruct a stacker. And a stacker. Ooh, and deconstruct the sorter. My oh my. I've got more mushrooms. Okay, so we're gonna let these go ahead and well, let's see, seed. Okay. Seed, seed. Mushroom seed. Start a new clan falcon long haul difficulty. Ooh, good luck. I would love to be a heavy sleeper. I'll go with that, yeah. let's what is going? Give me my shroom seeds. Shroom seeds. Shroom seeds. Shroom seeds. 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 Alright, got these. Oh, crikey. Wonder if anybody would like some mushroom seeds here. Awesome. Yeah, it looked like you had that conquered, so that's excellent. So we'll create 3 mushrooms. Okay. Okay, 3 mushrooms. This is the Mushroom Kingdom. Why? Oh. My hands are full. That's why I can't pick anymore. Ah, that's fertilizer. So, oh. Yeah, want to reorient this whole system so I can go. I can add words hard. Add on more easily. Right now I'm kind of pushed up against a room that it's not easy to migrate everything. So 5 mushrooms. Fertilizer actually does pretty good. Another mushroom. Whoops, I didn't mean to replant one. Nobody saw that. Oh, mushroom seeds. There we go. Standing on my pile of fertilizer. That's great. I'm sliding. No, I'm sliding off my pile of fertilizer. Good Lord. I don't think I need quite that much. There was a stack of not full. There you are. Now it's a full stack. Okay. Do I just... Can I rip up something while it is in there? You can. I might just do that. Huh? Will decay completely in 1 second. Okay. Doesn't look like it's decayed yet. Okay. I expect to find... Oh, pops of fertilizer out too? Oh. Well, I guess that's good. That means I don't necessarily waste stuff. Crap, if I would have known that, I wouldn't have bothered picking everything. Whoa, yeah, don't open up the floor. Oh, man. Into the abyss I go.
Hunger caution.
And I'm hungry. Apparently those french fries don't hold you over. Imagine that. Got a giant mess going on here. Oh. I got propelled. Yeah, let's start here. Just oh, need a vacuum cleaner. Basketball. Oh man. Stack of 10, stack of 10, stack of 10, stack of 10, stack of 1. Okay. Okay, I think I found where the piles go. Ooh, that sounds squishy. Is that all the loose fertilizer? Dear Lord. Lord Almighty. Okay, pick up all the shrooms I dropped on the floor. Throw those into the composter for turning into water. Feel like I might be missing one. Get in there. Okay. Oh, hey. Found the one I felt like I was missing. Okay. Alright, Larry. Let's deconstruct you. You're easy enough to put back together. So, Larry. A pile of Larrys on the floor. Oof. Getting caught on my headphones here. Let's go check and make sure that the system didn't go haywire up here. That's about what I expected to find. But it did shut off, so... Oh, I forgot these only stack to 5. Okay. Larry Duck Hydroponics. I can make up to 6 of these. I'm just going to go ahead and test out this other thing. So 0, this should just fire. And run out of hastily. Oh wow, 1% battery. That sucks. Yeah, I guess I might want to deal with that. Well, I do have a little bit of coal I can shove in the generator. Really need to see who my biggest consumers are as far as power goes. possibly optimize those. So, a little bit of coal to get through the cold nights. Would imagine that these probably have something to do with it. I'm going to go ahead and shut you off. There's something I want to do here. So O2 tank, O2 valve. And I'm just going to call this O2. Here O2 and here O2. So here is my thought. So import the code that's on that chip. Mode, filter mode. Okay. And then pump mode will be R4. Alias name hash R5? Sure, whatever. Define pump hash pump is equal to volume pump. There we go. Just in case I do a turbo pump. How do you spell turbo? I don't know. Okay, so set
hydration critical.
equals 0. So filter mode. Let me take a look at that. Filtration. So mode 1 is active. Oh, actually, you know, that's great. That's actually perfect. Load into name hash is going to be db name hash. So set batch name device hash is going to be pump first, and then name hash on is going to be pump mode, which will be the same as filter mode, so that worked out. And we'll do the same thing for turbo pumps. So the turbo pumps will turn off if the filter's off. So this should save me a little bit of power. As long as that's named right. Turn this on. You're idle, which you're supposed to be. Those pumps are off, which they're supposed to be. So what I can do you're active. You're idle. I don't have a vent out here anymore, do I? Oh, no, I do. Okay. On. Pull it in. This should raise the pressure. This pipe. I don't know what the minimum pressure is. I guess I could look at the code, that would tell me. Minimum pressure is 100. Okay. Wait. What am I reading? The pressure input. So pressure input should be reading 340. Is there anything that would be sitting? Okay, so let's set dB setting to pipe pressure, just for fun debugging purposes. Oh, do I have the network? Nah, I don't have the configuration analyzer on. Let's try that. Just for fun. Turn it off, stick it in there. Okay. I don't exactly think that it's supposed to do that. So load pipe pressure from the input, and then set greater than filter mode pipe pressure over minimum. So it's
Hunger critical.
yeah. So it's got to be over 100 kPa, which we're well above that. Tank is O2 tank. Okay, not exactly sure. I don't want this to be something ridiculous. Let's name you N2. I feel like maybe, let me double check that set greater than. Set greater than A greater than B. So set pipe pressure. got to be over minimum pressure. That's pressure at the input. Is it no, idle is supposed to be 0. So I do turn it on, turn the mode on. I'm assuming it goes. Let's just. Whoa! Give the air conditioner a hug, or the. So we do this. Mode is active for 5 seconds. I really. That's unfiltered. It's filtered. Is it... Well, why is it goofing up now? That's the thing that gets me. That really confuses me. Okay, you're still active. Well, I know why that is. I haven't renamed anything here. CO2. Yeah, you're back to idle. Wait a minute. What? Active. Then you shut off. Okay. Heavy breathing is annoying. So, what? Load pipe pressure from dB pressure input. So the pipe pressure register is going to have the input pressure. Yeah. Yeah, I'm starving to death. I'm starting to hurt. Now let's see. If I... Okay, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to reset this. Let's go into active mode. And take the chip with me. Go inside, eat. Eat and drink so he can stop complaining and try to figure out what's going on with his code. Because it was working, and literally when I renamed something... Oh, hey, look at that. 3 minutes, I got a storm coming in. Just in time. Okay. Kick this back open. And let's try it. Sometimes I hate hitboxes. So for whatever reason, load register name hash from DB using name hash. Okay. Set batch. Oh, dummy. Yep, there we go. Found it. That is unfortunate. How much do I got? I got a minute and a half. I think I can get these chips in prior to. So otherwise I gotta do the programming in here or something. So let's drop you here. Oh no, 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 that's not helpful. Do that. Grab you. Grab you. Boom, 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 boom. Hopefully this beats the storm. Okay. Put that away. So you are now active and processing. Okay, and we can run back inside real quick before the storm kicks in. Which is got 20 seconds if I'm reading that right. 19. Seven, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yep, there we go. There's storm. Right on time. Don't you wish the weather service was that well? Yeah, no, as far as the code goes, I don't know why I struggle with this so much. But it literally amounted to, I had this line backwards. So set not equals 0 basically flips the bit. But you put your register first that you're setting. So I was setting everything backwards essentially. So right before I told it to turn off. So oh, I feel like feel special. Not even sure how I got on that tangent. I think power. Let's just, for now, kick these out here. Don't bust my face open, thank you. This is the Larry cable. Okay, so I just chop this. This won't matter. Already back to a bazillion cable. At least the benefit to doing it this way, then I won't have to be as picky about my cabling, because that got kind of crazy. Trying to do spaghetti in a way that worked. Wow, that was literally... What the heck? Oh, yeah, because the the sorters were on this. cameras, actions. So I'm going to reorient where the stairs are, so I'm not going to worry about those right now. We do want a powered chute, powered chute. Okay, so alright, so the export bin with the cable on the left side. Huh. I don't know what to think of this orientation. Maybe I've got to flip it this way? It's the only way that makes sense. Well, not that way. I could. So this is where the fertilizer would be. Let's turn this way. So fertilizer. This would be, oh, this is where some of the spaghetti happens. So actually, let's do it this way. Let's do an import bin. And put enough space there. So we'll have the fertilizer here. We'll have the drop off here. And then if I put the, oh my goodness. Can't we just flip the way we need to be? And then this will be the particular item that I am loading into this row. That will work. Because this is going to be some kind of sorter maze. Or what about if I turn that around? I don't know if that's really any more helpful. So, gonna have to have a stacker, just, oh my goodness. Let's do it this way. Should we do it this way? So splitting the stack here down to 1. And then this guy will... That's the other direction. Oh. Not the unloader, this guy. Oh, crikey. Oh. Spaghetti, man. And all these Larry ducks are in the way. Export bin. The export bins are facing this way. Then, oh, wait a minute. No. Jeez, I'm gonna change my mind again. They're gonna go the other direction. So I'm assuming that the input will be coming from this direction some way. which means I will need to wrap around. So then let's make this the seeds. Import bin, right? No, export bin, that's what we want. Okay. If this is the seeds, no, this would be the import bin. That's what I was going to say. Then it can go out that way. Does it need a stack? I guess it doesn't necessarily need a stack. Oh man. Now here's a question. This is probably a question for Larry. So Larry, if I put you wherever, because I don't care, and throw some electronic parts in you, wherever I set those. So you're station 0. Coming off the side here. So rail, we go out, and is there a T? There is not a T. Okay, that's a good question, or good answer. Okay. So that answers that question. So I can't just branch off. So it's in linear, I mean, it does literally say linear rail, so. Okay. So my thoughts are that if we pull the export bin, so this is going to be either the seeds, technically the fertilizer split into ones, but this is going to be post splitter. So if you're the input bin, you need one row of space. So there's that, and then another row of space. Good Lord. Try to figure out how these go. So you need one row of space. Or no. Okay, yep. Alright. I think I've got this finally. So stacker goes this way for this, and it goes this way for this. Okay, so these are stack size of 1 because they're splitting. I had it. There we go. There we go. I think I finally got the idea here. Now this one, stack size 70 bazillion, doesn't really matter. Infinite. Okay. So here's the deal. Okay, can't have anything on this row. Okay, I'm gonna have something here. Can't go there either, so well, actually, wait, no, don't even need to do that. That's just going over. So go like this. Which actually I should put those on the other side, because if I don't know where the sorter's going to feed. No, actually that's probably more accurate going this way. I don't know. But one over. I could go yet another one up and over. I don't think that'll necessarily get in the way of Larry. There we go. Okay. We have seeds. Seeds input, fertilizer, and then the refuse, which will go back to some main sorter system. Okay. And then Larry. Where did I chuck Larry? Come here, Larry. So we'll go ahead and we could actually turn you sideways so you're right in the right in line. I think that'll work amicably. There we go. I may need to turn them over though, or turn them around. Let's see. So we're gonna do a linear. I don't know if that's actually correct. I am slightly confused because these don't necessarily line up the way they should. Station 3. Oh, yeah, okay. So I got this backwards. So Larry, sorry pal, you need to turn around. Okay, so if it goes out the right, then that will make this station 0. Then 1, 2, 3. Okay. Feels like that's a little low. Let's grab the linear rails again. 1, 2. It's going to be the linear straight station. Wow. Sounds creepy in here. Is it literally because of the, yeah, I think it has... because of the soil. Creepy. Not corner station, straight station. Perfect. Then this way I can just add to Larry. Indefinitely. Indubitably. Perfect. Let's grab some pipe. Go. Great. Okay, I now have water. It does mean boom. Oh yeah, I just left it over here. Okay, so the problem here is I'm going to need to find a way, because I'm a little pressed for space at the end of the script here. So I'm going to have to spend some time revamping this one. But I guess I do have some make sure I didn't run off the end here. Put it right to the end. So I might have to do some creativity here. But Station 1 is going to be the seed, Station 2 is going to be the fertilizer, and Station 3 is going to be the drop-off. And I'll do that just to remind myself for next time. So this is certainly the next bit that I'm going to add. Fertilizer's easy. I might actually back it around. Maybe fertilizer, since it's so easy, will go in one. Because we're going to need a sorter. Yeah. That's very interesting. A massive airflow pushed my computer across the floor. Yeah. But there's only one variation of the sorter. So, well, that's actually convenient. Right here is where the fertilizer is coming in. So Oh, do. I'm gonna think about that. I think that's a good stopping point. I know the storm's over. Let's see how long it lasted. 488 seconds. Yeah, so the storm lasts exactly the same amount of time every time. We're up to 80% battery. Seems to be doing okay. Let's go check outside. Wrong. Turn that off. See if those are... looks like the pumps are still running. So you are active with a pressure differential 0. You are pressurized. Wait, where? Wait, what? Don't know why that's not sucking anything out. Huh. I am confused. So I have... active, active. Of course, this doesn't have a chip in it. It better be active. Make sure that all the... check on the filters. So I got a pollutant filter empty. Nitrogen, CO2, O2, they're low, but not empty. First one's off, so that's what, negative, just above -4, so -3, -4, -3, -4. Yep, just shut off that one. Next one. Excellent. And we're cooling as expected, so just out of curiosity, how much water do we have in here? Oh, 3 and 4. Yeah, that's that side of the valve. That's not what we care. 145 liters of liquid on that side, 117 over here. We've got lots of water. Water. Still kind of curious as to why these are processing so quote-unquote slow. Yeah, that's a little bit more stable. Now the pressure is coming down, so we are processing it. So. As the nitrogen, this is probably pretty, yeah, this tank's basically empty. Although that is still quite a bit of, yeah, I can't pressurize it because the space inside my base has grown. It's good to know that I left that on. 700 kPa, so it's definitely pushing gas in. I don't think that's necessarily... Yeah, okay. Can we shut that off? The liquid capacity over here is 860. We're over halfway full with liquid. That's I think that's a little overkill. Over here, we're at half, which is still overkill. Oh well. So I think tomorrow we're revamping Revamping Larry. Larry man. Larry Moe and Curly. Yeah. Let's go ahead and. Oh, this is problematic. Yeah, we definitely need to revamp Larry so I can get to that to make a pollution filter. Which we don't really generate all that much except for when I start spray painting everything. So that went off exactly how I would hope it would. So I'm happy with where we went today. I got the network analyzer. Let me take a quick peek here and see. The furnace requires 100 watts just to sit there. Temp. Temp? What's temp? Oh, is that wait, did that? No, that's okay. Wow. Really? These displays take up 50 watts of power? Okay. Good to know. Okay. Well, I don't necessarily like that, because that shuts off the whole battery. I'd rather actually just shut the power off over here. But wait. I threw copper in there and I never did anything with it? Yeah. There we go. Well, that saves 350 watts. I wonder what else that I have floating around requiring god-awful amounts of power. Can't see the... Yeah, we'll analyze that next time. But for now, I think that's a good night. Larry's going to be the focus tomorrow. The new Larry. So, well, with that, I would like to thank everybody for watching. And we'll catch you next time.